Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a good one for you today as we go back to the land of CBS because they have interest in mock drafts. This one's by Chris Trapasso. We're going to go ahead, dive into this sucker. Haven't looked at it yet. I typically, if they're not videos and they're articles, I like to be surprised by what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and get into this sucker. And oh, we got a trade to start things off. It's the Falcons. Falcons are trading for Justin Fields, or getting Fields and a 6th round pick, while the Bears get pick 43. You get a 3rd rounder in 2025, a 5th rounder in 2025. Becomes a 4th rounder if Fields plays 70% or more of the offensive snaps. That's interesting. Using a 3rd little conditional pick in there, but yeah, so I guess Justin Fields now with the Falcons. I guess we can just assume that the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams. Throws a curveball. Make it JJ McCarthy. It's Caleb Williams. That is fine. This is fine. Everyone and their mom's going to be mocking Williams to the Bears. Makes the most sense. Just not going to rehash talking points I've done in the past. You've probably already heard them. But let's go ahead and move on to pick 2. With the Washington Commanders taking Drake May, another popular pick of many. Washington's probably taking a quarterback here. New regime, new quarterback. You guessed it. Drake May, ideal size and just banger arm. Now, this is where the draft starts, pick 3, because the Patriots, they can make things a little bit interesting. I imagine we're going to see Jaden Daniels, but they can definitely make things interesting here. But no, it's Jaden Daniels, so top 3 quarterbacks on the board. Question is, when will quarterback 4 come off? Be interesting to find out. But Patriots, yeah, they're in line for a new quarterback. They're in the perfect spot. I say the perfect spot to get one, but that's not necessarily true. You would ideally want to be 1 or 2. And if Fields is on the market, then you're probably stuck here at 3. And maybe you feel forced into Jaden Daniels. They could definitely go with Marvin Harrison Jr. and then look at pick 34 and see what's available to them there. Or they could decide to maybe trade up in the back end of round 1. And so you could still get that 5th-year option. I'm really second guessing quarterback at pick 3. Kind of wild. Marvin Harrison Jr. goes here at pick 4. That's to be expected. He's going to be, in my opinion, the first non-quarterback taken off the board because he is the best prospect in general in this draft class. Cardinals would love to have him, get Kyler Murray some weapons. Malik Neighbors going here at pick 5 to the Chargers, and straight up, I'm not gonna lie, I see a trade at pick 6, but yeah, no, I think when it comes to picks 1 through 5, this is pretty cookie cutter, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how a lot of people are going to anticipate this to go. A lot of people are anticipating Fields going to the Falcons. Obviously, again, without knowing what will happen in the offseason, that's not till like March 11th when it really starts, and a lot of things will get cleared up. But this is probably what you're going to see from a majority of mock drafts. Who is trading at 6? The Bears move up to get Liatu Latu? Do you have to? The Bears get aggressive with Ryan Poles entering year 3 as Chicago GM ascending to get the consensus top pass rusher, which I think is arguable, to pair up with Montez Sweat. I mean, to be fair, this edge free agency class is pretty darn nice. I think the Bears are probably better served just sitting back at pick 9 and looking maybe to move down from that position. But interesting. So there's the curveball. Cookie cutter first 5 picks, and then pick 6. Curveball! Curveball's not even thrown that much in the MLB, I think. That's what I hear. Olufashanu being the OT1. Something we haven't seen a lot from a lot of people. I mean, I imagine Joe Alt's going to be going here fairly soon. Pick 8. I know pick 10 is the Jets. Pick 8 is actually the Falcons, who won't be going tackle. And pick 9 is not coming to my brain right away. But golly, who is pick 9? Oh, it's the Bears. Now it's the Giants. The Giants are in a spot to grab Joe Alt or a quarterback. That's actually going to be fascinating. Who goes at pick 9? I imagine pick 8 is going to be a pass rusher. I mean, you could go Rome Odunze. That's something I've liked doing. I'm sitting here at pick 7, not even talking about the Titans. I mean, it's just, for everybody, it just feels like the go-to tight ends take offensive line help because offensive line sucks. You know? All right, let's go ahead. Let's look at pick 8. It's, oh, Jerzon Newton. Okay. There's a little switcheroo here. So they grab some interior help. Grady Jarrett, not getting any younger. Jerzon Newton, I don't know if he's in that top 10 level right now. Because, you know, I've had my inner turmoil with who's actually defensive interior 1 in this class. If I'm the Falcons, I probably want to go with pass rush. We can also make a case that they invest in pass rush in free agency. So, not opposed to it. But before we get to pick 9, what's crack-a-lack? It is your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So, go ahead, become bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we had a beautiful football discourse. Let's go to pick 9. This one's the Giants, and they take Brock Bowers. What the hell? This mock draft is just all over the place now, all of a sudden. Started there at pick, pick 6 with the move up? Brock Bowers, I get it. Like, Darren Waller's not getting any younger, but you're going to have him next year. That's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that Daniel Bellinger is like the next guy up, and I get Brock Bowers as a top 10 prospect, but I don't think this is it. I don't think you pass on Joe Alt. Giants fans, you let me know in the comment section below. I'm a little befuddled. All right, pick 10. The Jets somehow, some way get Joe Alt. Golly, this draft fell perfectly for the New York Jets. You got to protect Aaron Rodgers. He's not a spring chicken anymore, so get him some protection. That offensive line was, I know it was banged up, but it was still a bottom 5 unit. Pick 11, the Vikings, they go Dallas Turner. So again, we're probably going to see a fall for a quarterback 4. We've been seeing that in a lot of mock drafts recently. I have a tough time doing that. I mean, to be fair, we got the Broncos, the Raiders, even the Saints, all viable teams that could take a quarterback. Maybe not the Saints, but like if the Vikings don't go quarterback, pass rush makes the most obvious sense, you know? Like, this is a group that, like, their top 3 pass rushers are here in free agency. You don't know who's going to be back. And even if they honestly bring back 2 of the 3, I think you still want to invest in the pass rush. All right, pick 12 is the Broncos. Is my boy Bo Nix. I'm going to just say it. I think Bo Nix is kind of the perfect Sean Payton guy. Sean Payton loves guys that don't put the ball in harm's way, and they just work within the system. You're like, well, I mean, Drew Brees did a great job working within Sean Payton's system there. I'm not saying he's a system quarterback, because all quarterbacks are system quarterbacks. But I'm not saying Bo Nix is Drew Brees, because that's not fair. But when it comes to like Bo Nix, like I feel like Sean Payton would love a guy that could just kind of operate as a feliciter. That's a word I can't say. Let's go with point guard. Point guard's a good word to use. That can felicitate. Look at me trying to use the word I can't pronounce again. Just to be that distributor in the offense. Pick 13. This is the Radas. Oh my gosh, this is the highest I've ever seen this cat. And it's Rakestraw. I like Rakestraw. I still got a day 2 grade on him because I just want to see how he does in the Senior Bowl. Like, I get it. Like, I think he's going to be a good athlete. Like, he tested well in high school. And like his tape's good. He's got good size. But this kind of blows the socks off of what I expected. What is this mock draft? I mean, I agree with maybe the position. Like if you don't want to go quarterback, you've already seen 4 quarterbacks off the board. Golly gee, Willikers. Holy moly. Pick 14. How can this draft just keep... Well, the Saints pick. I imagine J.C. Latham. I forgot Roma Dunze was on the board because I never see him make it to freaking 14. Can you imagine that wide receiver core? Roma Dunze, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. That's freaking terrifying. And you get a new OC coming into town. Who's that to be? We don't know yet, but... Yeah, no, I would totally do this. I, again, forgot Roma Dunze was on the board. This is great. Like, hey, this is a good tackle class. We'll wait till tackle. Roma Dunze's top 10 prospect in this class. Before we get to pick 15, gotta give a shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Thank you so much for being the sponsor of today's video. When you sign up, using promo code Broshmo at Underdog Fantasy, they'll match that first deposit up to $100 dues. That means if your first deposit's 50, you got 100 to play with. If it's 100, you got 200 to play with. They got promos going on currently for the divisional round. So if you like weekly best ball or my favorite higher or lower on player prop bets, then check out Underdog Fantasy. Remember to use promo code Broshmo when you sign up, and they will hook you up. But please bet responsibly and bet within your means. Pick 15 is the Colts. They go with Nate Wiggins. For a lot of people, maybe corner 1, corner 2. It's a good get. Colts are kind of in a good position here to take one of the top corners in the class. So good get for the Colts. Pick 16 is the Seattle Seahawks. They go Cameron Kitchens. This is the earliest I've seen Cameron Kitchens go. A safety in general. But I don't know. Like, Seahawks are such a question mark right now until we know what the coaching staff's going to look like. They could go a variety of different ways, and honestly, maybe just trading down is the best get. And I get it, their safety position could use a little revamping. You probably want to at least move forward with Julian Love and another guy. I imagine that Diggs, definitely Adams, won't be back. So like the pick makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in terms of value. While Kitchens is a top 50 prospect, I don't think he's a first round prospect. A lot could change in the Senior Bowl, though. He's going to be there. Pick 17, Jacksonville Jaguars, Talanoa Fuaga. I firmly believe this is a guard pick here. I think this is to what? No, they would move Brandon Schaefer or Sheriff to left guard. And because I would like to keep Fuaga on the right side, or maybe it's Fuaga at right tackle and you move Anton Harrison to left tackle. And I mean, even if they retain Cam Robinson, kick Robinson into left guard. Like, I like this pick. It opens up a lot of different possibilities of what they could do with the offensive line, which was a problem for the Jaguars this past season. Pick 18. You got Brian Thomas going to the Bengals. I don't hate it. T. Higgins is a free agent. I imagine he's going to get slapped with the franchise tag. But even then, Tyler Boyd's a free agent, and you could work Brian Thomas in the slot. They've done it with Jamar Chase, so you could do a variety of different things. I mean, freaking Joe Burrow's going to love this. He loves LSU receivers, particularly as LSU receivers he played with. Didn't play with Brian Thomas, but nonetheless, LSU wide receiver. So I don't mind it, man. I think Brian Thomas is going to be a hot riser. We'll talk about him probably as a top 20 prospect by the end of this. Pick 19 is Cooper DeJean going to the Rams. Solid pick. They need to get better on the outside. They need to get better at corner. Feels like kind of the obvious position to go. Cooper DeJean, if you see him as a safety, it works out well too because Jordan Fuller is a free agent. I imagine they can bring him back for cheap though. And I think Cooper DeJean will translate really well on the outside. No problems asked. The guy is uber athletic. Pick 20, Jeremiah Trotter. Going to the Steelers. Steelers do need linebacker help. And I mean, I guess this is going to be a theme. Back-to-back years where the Steelers' first-round pick is the son of a former NFL Hall of Famer, or at least future. And, I mean, Trotter, he's not even probably going to be my linebacker one. I think this is a pick you can make on day 2. Even here, dude, they have him ranked as the 37th prospect. So, like, yeah, if I'm the Steelers, I'm going elsewhere, man. JC Latham's still on the board. Like, you could make a move to tackle. You could go with corner, though we've seen some corners already come off the board. So it's like there's just other areas they should go. Miami Dolphins go with Jordan Morgan. I ain't gonna fight an offensive line pick. Hey, they've done some weird. Chris Trabasso's done some weird things in this draft. But I will take an offensive lineman, especially one that I really like in Jordan Morgan, who could start early off if Terrion Armstead does return. He's been talking about retirement. You can start Morgan off at left guard and then have him kick outside to be the heir apparent. So I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. A lot of when it comes to Jordan Morgan, length is going to be something a lot of people are going to be looking out for. He's going to be at the Senior Bowl, so we're going to get early measurements on him. Philadelphia Eagles, they go with the Kool-Aid. Never had green Kool-Aid. Don't even know if that's a thing. Only heard of a red and purple Kool-Aid, but they get Kool-Aid McKinstry nonetheless. They need cornerback help in the worst way. If you didn't know, their defensive backfield sucks. It was one of the worst in the NFL. They're old at that position. They have a lot of inexperience at that position. It's time to throw some high-end draft prospects at that position. Pick 23, Houston Texans are going to go with Braylon Trice. I mean, okay, I'm going to read this. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. While Houston's gotten surprising contributions from late season pickup Derek Barnett, he has been a monster. It has to play for the future at edge rush opposite of Will Anderson. Jonathan Grenard is good, but you can't ever have too many pass rushers. I mean, you can, but I mean, this because I imagine they can bring Barnett back. I mean, Barnett for the first time since his rookie season is producing well. Why would he want to leave Houston? Grenard might feel the same way. So it's like, I feel like they could go another route here. Isn't Jared Verse still on the board? Well, flip. I wonder what guys aren't going to make this first round. Because, I mean, you still got Latham, you still got Mims, Terrion Arnold. And, I mean, maybe, I don't think we're going to see another quarterback. But I don't know. I have been surprised during this whole draft. And we get a second safety, Tyler Nubin. Big fan of Nubin. Dallas never drafts safety highly. I think they're pretty content with their safety group right now. Then again, I mean, Dallas can really go anywhere they want in this draft. And people will probably be like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, receiver, corner, offensive line, defensive interior. There's a lot of positions that make sense for the Cowboys. Seeing safety go two safeties nonetheless go in the first round is a bit jarring though. But if you want to learn more about some of these prospects in this class, I got a draft guide. Listen, I know you love the NFL draft as much as I do, and you're going to want a nice hefty watch list of players during this college football season. Well, go ahead, check out my draft guide. You can purchase it for only $30 by Venmoing or PayPaling me. Links in the description. It's a one-time payment and you get it for this whole draft cycle and forever and always. Technically, it's a Google spreadsheet. So send me your email when you send the payment. I'll get you hooked up. You will see my current prospect rankings and big board, my full evals. And guess what? It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So it's a great purchase and it's a great way to support the channel. All right, on to pick 25, and we got the Green Bay Packers selecting Kamari Lassiter. Corner is kind of an obvious pick for the Packers. Eric Stokes just can't get healthy. You got Jair Alexander, who had shoulder problems this year, but still for the most part, you feel good about him. Karen Valentine, it is a late day 3 rookie, though he has played well, but it's a volatile position. You don't mind bringing in competition and talent and depth to the corner position. Pick 26, Tampa Bay Buccaneers go Keon Coleman. So this is the Mike Evans replacement. Makes sense to me. Not going to harp on it too much. Feels right. Got the Arizona Cardinals going with Jared Verse. Making it 27 is a freaking travesty, dude. I freaking love Jared Verse. And people will try to argue, oh, he wasn't nearly as productive as he was last year. That's just bull crap when you look at like his win rate, better this year. His pressures, better this year. He had more sacks this year. He was a much improved run defender this year. He had a slow start, but people are forgetting like the last 3/4 of the season where he was utterly dominant. Man, what a steal. Dude, if Cardinals come out of this draft with Jared Verse and Marvin Harrison Jr., golly, dude, have yourself a party, Arizona. Pick 28, Xavier Worthy. Speed kills, but so do drops. And I don't know if I'd be taking a swing on a guy whose ball skills have been iffy. Like, the guy can't go up and get it. Like, we've seen ball skills from Worthy. Problem is, he also has very flabbergasted, I guess that's a word, drops, like very mysterious, like where'd your hands go, you know? So it's like you kind of worry about that, and you kind of worry that speed is kind of his only trump card. You worry about his size as a guy that's been knocked around a ton, so you can worry if once he gets to the NFL, a more physical brand of football, will injuries amount for him? I don't think this is the wide receiver pick for the Chiefs. Buffalo Bills go with Troy Franklin. This would have been a nice receiver pick for the Chiefs. A lot of receivers in this mock because we've seen Coleman, we've seen Franklin, Thomas, Worthy. Can't see another receiver going, but I mean maybe with the Ravens at 32 currently. But no, this is a good addition, man. I think this would be an upgrade from Gabe Davis. Detroit Lions go with Terrion Arnold. He makes it back to him. This is a good pick. If he falls here to 30, then Detroit, pull the trigger. You want to start amassing some talent there at the outside corner position. Pick 31, we got Xavier Leggett. Golly, dude. I mean, the Niners do love their like yak guys, but I mean, Leggett's not like a guy that's gonna make you miss. He's like hey, I'm pretty big and I'm just gonna eat whatever contact you bring my way. He's big and he's strong. I mean, I'm sure a strong Senior Bowl, great testing, really could shoot him up in this class. So I don't think it's out of the cards, but I don't know. With how this offensive line class has fallen, like I would have jumped on that. Because am I wrong? Is JC Latham not on the board? Just going back real quick. No, Latham is... Yeah, Latham's definitely on the board. That's wild. Dude, freaking offensive line coaches are going to love Latham. I don't get that one at all. All right, final pick. We got Troy Fautanu going to the Ravens. And it makes sense. Immediate left guard replacement who can maybe kick a tackle when injuries hit, because that's just been the case for Ronnie Stanley. Sounds like a solid pick to me. I like it. But golly, let me know what you think of this draft. We saw a lot of prospects fall, but that's the NFL draft. Good players fall, so I'm not going to like fault that too much. But no Amarius Mims in the first round. No JC Latham really kind of like rattled me. That surprised me a ton. You'll constantly see that guy just mocked in the first round. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.